everybody, so glad to have you with me today. This is the Friday video, and Friday videos are kind of a new thing for me, but since releasing the palettes, I thought it would be a nice little time to insert something extra in my channel using those palettes, and I think it's the needs turn now. So my little project here with Makeup Revolution is called the Emily Edit, but for this video, for my whole makeup application, I think I'm gonna call it Emily Unedited. I want to take you straight through a full makeup application featuring this palette, which has so many steps within it, you know, so many different face and eye things you can do. And as I put my makeup on, I'm not going to cut anything out. It's all going to be in real time, so I think it's something you could realistically do like right side by side with me. And I think I'm going to keep it a pretty natural look, you know. I want this to be along the lines of what someone could do with this on a daily basis. I'm only incorporating my palette plus a handful of extra things, like a foundation stick, mascara, brow, and lip. Okay, I gotta make sure now I'm ready to be Emily Unedited. I need some more coffee. Necessary. Obviously, I feel like anything that's not narrated takes a little less time. Like if I just hopped on here, said nothing, and went about the makeup routine, it would be quicker, but I'm inevitably going to be describing some things. So just take that into consideration with the overall speed of the video. It takes less time to do stuff when you're not rambling alongside it. So I'm already moisturized, and I'm going to jump in with my Makeup Forever foundation stick. This is an R330, and this was one of my top picks in that foundation stick video, and I feel like right now it is a very, very good shade match for my skin, so that's kind of why I chose to pick this up right now. But I'm going to just kind of streak this all over my skin, and then I'm going to be using a new brush. It's from EcoTools, and it's actually supposed to be geared toward being really good with cream and stick products, it said. So this is my first time using that, but it's got a huge surface area. You know, it's just a nice, really flat brush, and I'm just blending this in. I'm not gonna speed this up. I'm just gonna let you see in the real amount of time how long it takes me to do things. Keeping it real. But this color is so good on me, don't you think? It really matches. So I'm just kind of buffing this in. It's buffing in really easily with this brush. And this was one of the ones, foundation stick wise, that had, I thought, a little bit more natural look on the skin. It's not quite so matte, but I just think it suits my skin type well right now also. So I've got that foundation all blended in, paying special attention to the jawline because, you know, sometimes I miss that. And I'm looking up close and seeing where can I add a little extra as concealer, because that's one great thing about foundation sticks. They can do double duty. So I'm just putting a little bit on my finger and getting it right around the eye where I know I want a little extra coverage. And I'm going to check my nose as well. Yeah, I could maybe use a little extra right in there. And then this EcoTools set came with 3 sizes of brushes. One of them isn't going to get used in this video since I'm not using a cream blush, but I am going to be using this smallest size that seems good for concealer. So, yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that shape and size, my friends. So I'm just getting that right around my cavern, as I like to call it. It especially feels like a cavern at 5-something in the morning. And I'm just going around the nose. But I just love a good foundation stick in this way. And I did this with the Pure Stick, you know, in my Kohl's video. I made it be my foundation and my concealer. Worked great. Oops, I got a rogue hair. Okay, a bit of shedding may be happening with these EcoTools brushes, but they are super duper soft. And this is just a circular shape, you know, instead of the paddle style oval brushes, we're getting circle shapes with these. Okay, so are we satisfied with this level of coverage? I think so. And then I'm gonna turn it over to my Needs palette right now, and we're gonna go into our powder called Kindness right over here. So this is just a light setting powder. I think of it almost as translucent powder, mattifying powder, and I'm using this with my e.l.f. small tapered brush and just dabbing it right around my eye area, and I'm gonna put it around my T-zone as well, just to kind of preventatively help with the staying power throughout the day, you know, prevent too much, I don't know, oil from developing there. I just always feel like I end up with a better result if I take the extra time to do this. So dab, dab, dab all around the T-zone. And yeah, very happy with my effect I'm getting there. I think I'm gonna have another quick sip of coffee. I am finally, I think, coming down with the cold that I thought I was the last one. I was the one who didn't get anything, you know, like others in my family got the sickness that Belle had at first, and now, oh, what is it, 2 weeks later maybe? I'm getting it. My body was like, yeah, I held out as long as I could for you, but you're gonna have to have this cold now. Okay, now we're gonna go to Courage, and this is my matte bronzer contour. I feel like this shade operates at different levels depending on how concentrated you put it on, you know? If you just wanna wear it lightly, it can be like a nice all-over bronzer on the skin. But I kinda like to start it off right up here around the hairline, and just buff it in there with my e.l.f. complexion brush, which I always feel like is a good size for just any kind of powder product that you intend to put all over the face. Garbage truck's here. I can hear the squeaking. Or maybe it's not here at my house yet, but it's down my street. It always makes its presence known. I go down the neck as well with this stuff. And then I think for the cheekbones, I'm gonna pull in a slightly smaller brush. I decided to grab for this Morphe angled brush that I hadn't used in a while, but I kind of had it in with my brush set there. And I'll take this a little bit right here in the hollow of the cheek. Just buffing away. Super easy. This is just a really workable tone, I think. And getting a little soft definition there. Just kind of a little bit low on the cheek, but not too low, you know. Get down under the jawline if you haven't already, around the nose. Some people like to do that. And now we're gonna move on to one of my favorite parts of this palette, which is the blush, Enjoy. So, or it's not called Enjoy. The blush name is Joy. And I'm gonna pop this right here on the apple of my cheeks. I always say, there's your game-changing moment. Putting the blush on. It only takes a little dab into the product, guys. Don't overdo it. But if you do overdo it, I've got your back, because you can take kindness and just kind of buff over it. But, isn't that pleasant? Are we feeling better now? I am. Okay. I just go in with a little more. When in doubt, like I say, add more blush. You can put blush over your nose, you can put a little blush on your forehead, whatever. Okay guys, there's gonna be one cut in this video, and I hate that this happened because I didn't unload some things off my memory card before starting, and it filled up and stopped on me just then and there. But I'm not cutting out anything of the process. I'm just, you know, fully letting you know that the camera stopped for a second. But we're back, and we're moving on to Gratitude. And this is my lovely little highlight here, buildable highlight. And I like to start it off right here on the apple of the cheek, swirl and buff, go straight up on top of the cheekbone, and think about the things that you're grateful for on this day. You know, I'm grateful to live in a place where the garbage does get picked up, you know? I'm happy for that. I am happy that even though I may have woke up with a slight sore throat today, I'm here, right? I'm here. And I'm also grateful for, and this may sound cheesy, but I don't really care. The sky was so beautiful last night. Looking out the window, it was just like a beautiful array of color. It's just, when there's just enough clouds in the sky at sunset time, getting into the fall, I feel like that's when you run into some of the most beautiful sunsets. So keep that in mind. Okay, gonna have to keep rambles like that to a minimum if we wanna get through this video fairly quickly. So there's my little bit of glow. I'm happy with that. Now we're gonna take a break from the needs, and we're gonna go to the brows. And I'm gonna be using my e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in deep brown. Am I right? Am I right? Yes, I am. Okay. So we're just gonna start filling in a little bit here. This is not like a mandatory step. Not everybody may choose to do anything with their brows, but I just like a little, you know, aid in my face's symmetry here. So that's what I'm doing. So I just fill in a little bit below, but mostly I'm kind of helping them out above because I think it gives a little more lifted look. There's the garbage truck. Thank you. Appreciate. Okay. Ooh, I forgot to turn my phone off too. That means if anybody calls during this god-awful early makeup tutorial. I'm gonna have to answer it and just talk to him on camera and not edit it out. I don't get a lot of calls in the 5 a.m. hours, so don't worry. Well, it could be interesting. Oh man, yesterday morning, you guys, I fell down the stairs. Last time I fell down the stairs, not the entire flight of stairs, but the short part, you know, that goes to the landing area. But I was coming down the stairs with Belle. I had a lot of things in my hand, and she likes to hold hands too. And thank God I didn't pull her down with me. But my heel just slipped off the step. These carpeted steps, I tell you, gotta watch out. Gotta think, keep your head in the game. And I just like boom, boom, boom. Not on my tailbone, fortunately, but kind of on my hip, a little bit on my side. And my coffee went everywhere. Like it was on the wall, it was on me, it was on the little dress that I had in my hands to take down and put on Belle for school that day. Like, oh. It was on my little pouch where I stored my external hard drive and my memory card. It was like in an instant, so many things had to start happening. And Bub came up, and he must have been changing Biddy right at that time, but I yelled, "Bub!" And so he raced in, and Biddy was like naked, and Bub was half dressed because he had just gotten out of the shower and was getting her diapered. And he's got like the Resolve carpet cleaner and a roll of paper towels trying to help me, bless his heart. But that was our morning yesterday. Okay, you see what I'm doing here? I'm just filling in my brows a little bit. Got a hair, okay. And then I'm brushing through, making sure everything's somewhat even in there. I mean, I don't know if I ever hit perfection with these brows, but I just try for a little more evenness. And then if you want a little extra hold, something like the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boost and Set actually is tinted as well. And sometimes that can make up for any little areas where maybe your fill-in wasn't so even because it is tinted. So it can cover some things. I might be getting used to this whole unedited style, guys. This could save me a lot of time, you know? Now, eye primer. Always recommend an eye primer. I'm going through currently a mini tube of Urban Decay Anti-Aging, and I got out just a little too much there, but that's okay. Dab it over the lids. This lid and that lid. I got enough for like 2 more people here, so come on over, I'll prime you. And then we're going to go back to the Needs palette, but we're doing eyeshadows. I'm a little distracted by that beeping here. Let me turn that down. Okay, here's the shade I want to first put in my crease. I want to use Courage, which is my bronzer contour shade. And we're just going to take that right here, right now, with my Sigma E25 for a little soft bit of definition here. It works in your cheekbone, it works in your crease. It works with a fox, it works in a box. Okay. There we go, soft and gentle. Now, I am in the mood to kind of warm it up. Some people really were telling me they liked the look I had on in my Best in Beauty video where I gave the five game-changing products. And so I may do something kind of along the lines of what I did there. Did I say what I'm taking here? I'm using Faith. Faith is what I need to get through an unedited full face tutorial. And I'm buffing this right into the crease of my crease, you know? The crease of my crease, and then blending outward. See this beautiful level of warmth here? See this pumpkin spiceness? Okay. Then I'm going to take a fluffy brush, bare brush, go over the edges. I did a smart move by having all my brushes ready, so I wouldn't have to go hunting for anything in this video. Because anytime I try to do something like this and I don't have the available brushes, that's what takes up the time, right? I'm going to take Love. Beautiful, matte, creamy, perfecting kind of highlight shade here. I do really feel like it does that. It kind of perfects the area that it goes over. You look like you've got less stray brow hairs. You look like you've blended out your eyeshadow even better than you actually did. Thank you. Thank you, love. And now I'm going to take a little bit of Hope, and maybe a lot bit of Hope, and this brown is going to go over a lot of our lid. So we're going to have a nice little brownie fall eye. And I'm going to leave just, I think, a little space here right around the inner corner where I might bop in something lighter. I am using that term a lot these days, bop. Makeup just got even more casual. You're just bopping in things. There are going to be a lot of times I feel like where I'm editing this video, or where I'm just like taking this video through my editing software, obviously not actually editing it, but having a lot of moments where I wish I could edit it. And I'm just dabbing. This is just a patting motion. I really like a nice little patting motion with a lot of these mattes. Really any matte from any brand, I find that that's a nice way to just softly, easily build up color. And this is my Sigma E60 brush. So look at that. It's like we've got a nice little brownie there right on our lid, and it's just buffing up through into the warmth of Faith. And now I'm going in, I don't have any color really on this E25, but what I'm thinking here is that as I take this through my crease now, some of that brown from Hope kind of got wedged in there, and I can blend a little bit and just merge those two shades even better. See, isn't that soft and pretty? Oh, I have loved some of the Needs looks you guys have been sharing with me. Seriously, they've been beautiful. Beautifully natural, but giving me more inspiration, you know, with the palette. And then, let's see. I'm going to take a little bit of Honesty with my wispy white brush and kind of bring this around the outside. Around the outside, around the outside. And, I don't know, it just does something for the warmth factor if you like that. This shade is also really pretty on the lid too. If you take Honesty on the lid and you overlap it too with the lighter shade, you get like just the most beautiful peachy kind of thing going on there. But see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of taking circular motions. Even if you don't have a tiny brush like this, you could also use your E25 type brush in this manner too. And then just take a bare brush and make sure that it's all blended. I might even take a little more Love, just because that speeds up the blending. Love. Loving. Yes. Okay. Then I'm going to take my pencil brush and a little bit of Hope, and I'm going to do kind of smoked out brown here. Yes, this is an everyday look still. No, I haven't completely transformed the concept, but look. We just got a little smoky. Just by taking the brush with just a tap, tap, tap into the product. I'm not worried about fallout with these shades. I'm not having a bunch of stuff speckling all over my beautifully applied highlighter. I just have shadow where I want it in the amount that I want. You control it. You control these shades. And then maybe I'll take a little Faith over that too. Pumpkin spice in the house. I have not consumed anything pumpkin spice yet, but I have eaten some candy corn, my friends. Am I even in focus? Okay. In focus in the camera, not necessarily in focus in my mind. Okay. Beautiful. I love how that color somehow makes my eyes seem a little more greenish or something. I like that. Then I'm going to take a little bit of my Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Highlight. And I'm going to take that in my lower inner rim, Instant Brightness, Instant Makeover. Thank you very much. And then I'm not going to do any liner today because if I were really in a hurry, that's how I'd roll. I'm just going to curl the lashes with my Tweezerman Pro Curl Lash Curler, and I'm going to be applying my Voluminous Lash Paradise. I found this tube under some others, and I was like, oh, that's still juicy. Get your use out of it while you can, right? Yeah, I've been using up my supersizer. I think my tube of supersizer is about ready to go, and I think I'm about ready to need to bust into my new tube of Clump Crusher. Okay, so we do that. And this is where your Needs palette can come in extra handy for you. You got this nice size mirror. When I do mascara, I like my mirror to be kind of low, and I've exposed the entire lash from root to tip to myself when I look at myself this way. When you look at yourself head on, you can't see the actual root of your lash anymore. So keep it low and you can see everything, and just wiggle your brush right on up through. Don't go too fast, because then you may have a mistake you have to correct, right? We've all been there. I'll no doubt need a Q-tip before this process is over, but oh, I love this mascara. Look. I don't have to do anything fancy. Just put on the proper mascara. Other side. This lash curler is really good, by the way, for round eyes. Like if the set of your eye is not especially like wide and you feel like sometimes certain lash curlers don't actually fit your actual lash line, you might try this, because this has been a little different shape from anything I've ever used, and I feel like it picks up all my lashes across my whole lash line really, really well. And yeah, as you can see, I hold it there for some time. And pick up some mascara. I love how this mascara takes effect just instantly. It's almost as good as the IT Cosmetics Superhero in that respect. Like that's one of the fastest building up effect mascaras that I've ever used. But Lash Paradise ain't far behind. You don't have to go to a ton of effort to get it looking good. But I am going to apply a little extra over here. So one more coat each side, and then just a little bit on my lower lash line too. There we go. Oh, I just forgot. Maybe I should maybe I should be talking because I'm not editing this video. But yeah, this is a pretty simple look. I don't feel the need to really define my eyes further with a lot of eyeliner or anything like that, although the shade Passion in my palette could certainly do that with an angled liner brush if you want to. Now I do, like I said, need a Q-tip. Leopard print Q-tips for the win. I had just a little speck there, a little speck that went down here from my mascara. And then I'm going to do a little bit, I forgot, on my lower lashes. Just a touch. Okay, and now we're gonna get ourselves ready for a fun lip. With this neutral, easy eye look, the lip can be just so easy. Wait, I forgot. I was going to do something else with my inner corner of my eye. Gratitude. Sorry, we all forget things sometimes, right? I just want a little lightness there and a little brightness right around here. Not in a big, like, hey, I'm spotlighting my tear duct way, but just a little for wakefulness' sake. Oops, a little much, maybe. Right in here. Sorry, guys. I meant to do that before the mascara. That would be the ideal way to go about it. Now for lips, I chose this. This is my Revlon Ultra HD in HD Blossom. I felt like having some fun with the lip today, although, I mean, use your imagination. This could look great with a red lip, with a neutral lip, a taupey lip, whatever you want to do. But I want some berry. I want a little splash here. I love this formula so much. It feels kind of like the Revlon lip butters used to feel, but maybe a little richer. And I love the skinny tube. So here we go. Pretty like orchid color, you know? Okay. And that, my friends, is my full look, unedited, using a foundation stick, some mascara, brows and eye primer, and a lip product. And then everything else that normally would be, you know, a handful of extra compacts plus an eyeshadow palette came from here. So I'm so pleased. I hope you enjoy it also. There are definitely other directions you could go with this palette that would be more dramatic, but my focus today, sorry, I always like kind of blink down onto my lashes to help reinforce my curl because I am curl challenged, as we've discussed. But yeah, you could go a little bit deeper and richer if you want to, but I just kind of wanted a neat little everyday kind of fall inspired option there for you. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for putting up with this unedited video. Maybe you liked it. I mean, it certainly is the kind of thing a person could actually follow along with and do their makeup right beside me. So I appreciate your time and I love you and I will see you very soon. Bye.